Hello, I'm Martin McConnell, Public Information Officer with Ascension Parish Government, and I have two very special guests joining us today because it is that time of the year. It's time for the Ascension Hot Air Balloon Festival. Joining us is the president of the event, Jill Gautreaux, and Jazz Traylor, who is also the director of marketing out at Lamar Dixon Expo Center. He is also a vital part of the balloon festival. Welcome, and I'm so glad to have you both here.
Thank you.
First of all, let's get the important stuff out of the way. Give me the dates of the Ascension Hot Air Balloon Festival.
All right. The Hot Air Balloon Festival takes place on a Friday and Saturday, September 21st and 22nd.
Okay, and the hours?
We're opening our gates on Friday at 4, closing at 11. And then on Saturday, we open 11 a.m., close at 11 p.m.
11 to 11 on Friday and Saturday. So there's going to be lots of activities going on at the festival. And I guess what we want to say first of all is that this is a community-wide effort.
Absolutely.
This is being put on by the Ascension Festivals and Cultural Council Incorporated. This
Correct.
is a nonprofit corporation that is made up of a bunch of volunteers. Well, tell me about the
Yeah. So Ascension Festivals and Cultural Council does put on the Ascension Hot Air Balloon Festival, and we have a board and of course a committee, and everyone's been hard at work. We're actually thinking this is going to be the biggest year ever, so we're really excited about it. And the event is being graciously hosted by Lamar Dixon Expo Center and Ascension Parish Government, so we're really excited to have those grounds to have such a wonderful festival.
Well, I know the parish is always happy to cooperate. It's something like the Jambalaya Festival or the Boucherie Festival. It's a nonprofit group, a group of volunteers. They come in, they're renting Lamar Dixon. They're renting the facilities at Lamar Dixon.
We are, yes.
So we need people to come in and buy tickets and do stuff so you can afford that rent.
Yes, yes. And speaking of that, we have a great website, ascensionballooning.com.
Ascensionballooning.com. We're going to put that up, and we will put links to all of that.
Great, and you can buy your tickets online, and when you get to the festival, you don't have to stand in that long line. You can just go right in and be scanned if you purchase your tickets ahead of time.
Because you're using e-tix.
Correct.
Now, I'm not familiar with e-tix. Tell me a little about them.
So e-tix is an online ticketing platform. A lot of people that go to events, whether it be at other venues or at Lamar Dixon, may be used to Ticketmaster or another platform like that, whereas e-tix is different, where it is strictly online. Now we can bring in computers and printers to print tickets on site so that people who are coming last minute are able to go to a ticket booth and actually print and purchase tickets there using cash. But to avoid some of the lines, what we did was partnered with e-tix, and they're giving us a great product and the ability to be able to buy your tickets early, walk in, use your phone.
You can download it to the phone
Absolutely.
and just scan your phone as you go in.
You can print them ahead of time, and it's a little QR code that people will have when they walk in. We will have scanners available, so all you do is show your ticket, they scan you in, and you walk into the festival.
And you walk, so that is a great amenity to offer to people, because I guess if we've ever got any real legitimate complaints about the festival in previous years, it's about the lines to get into the facility, lines to buy my ticket, line to buy my food, lines. So you're doing everything possible to cut back on the line.
Right, and we're accepting credit cards, debit cards. So whenever they come to the gate,
You take all the
ticket
majors?
seller,
All the major credit
yes,
cards.
all major credit cards. Ticket sellers will swipe their credit card, print them a ticket, and they get scanned in. So the
great.
tickets are $6.
And now that includes the facility fee. So in order to use a ticketing platform, if anybody's ever purchased tickets on Ticketmaster, there is a list of fees tacked on to the price of the ticket.
That's right. They will always say, oh, the ticket is this much, and then when you go to check out, they go boom,
It's
boom, boom.
usually an
you
extra
gotta-
$18 to $20
Yeah.
in some
Yeah.
cases to be able to print the ticket online. But for e-tix, it is just $1 extra. So the ticket price to enter the festival is still $5.
So-
The extra dollar makes it a $6 total. So for all of those people who are wary about purchasing online because of the fees, we did our best and due diligence to make sure we brought in a ticketing platform that did not charge all the extra fees. It is only $1 extra to print your tickets or to have your tickets purchased prior to coming
Oh,
to the
those are
festival.
going to be great.
Oh,
This-
yeah.
This is going to work so well. But even if people don't buy their tickets ahead of time or online, you're going to have several ticket booth areas just
Yes,
outside of the
yes.
festival. And
We
they're going to
have-
be, rather than being clumped together, I think you're going to have them kind of spread out.
Well, we actually have one entrance.
Oh, okay.
But that being said, we have things flowing smoothly this year in that we have some new ticket booths that we've purchased, and we have
Thanks to Fadreens.
thanks
for
to the
the-
dreams.
Oh, the dreams
yeah.
up on Highway 44.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
those
built
are.
us
Oh,
some
they-
great ticket booths.
Gave us a great deal on that. One of our sponsors, the Dreams, has been great. Specialized it just for us. These booths, we have 6 sellers, so we'll have 6 ticket sellers. We plan to have things rolling. As far as parking, we have many parking attendants this year. We've doubled that, so we should be able to flow into the gate quickly.
And now, yeah, let's talk about flowing into the
Yes.
But before we even get into the festival, let's talk about getting to
That's
the
it.
festival.
That's it.
Okay, so there's the main entrance on St. Landry Road that
Correct.
most people are familiar with. During the festival, the back entrance off of Ashland Road
Correct.
is open for cars to come through. And now this year, that Edenborn
Extension
Edenborn Parkway is open. So
Yes.
44 right by I-10 exit 179 also is open.
Correct.
And
So anyone coming from New Orleans or local can go down Highway 44 or get off on exit 179, go take a left and pass in front of River Parish Community College, and we'll take you to the Edenborn Parkway extension. And that leads straight to Lamar Dixon, and you can go in the main gate from that extension. So that is now 3 major entrances into the Lamar Dixon facility.
Yeah.
Plus, with that, we have partnered with RPCC to offer shuttle service. So people are allowed to park at their parking
that's
lot.
great.
And we will have vans and buses doing a route to be able to pick up patrons at that facility to try and ease the traffic coming into the property.
So yeah, that's a good service to
Yes.
offer. You can park at the RPCC parking lot and be shuttled in, cuts back on the amount of traffic, and we can get you in and out.
Yes.
Correct.
We've also partnered with Cabela's. Cabela's has offered their parking lot where we're going to shuttle from Cabela's parking lot. So we are trying to make it as convenient as possible for our patrons to come into festival and not have to beat that crowd or get on.
And we want to encourage people that maybe come in and stay in the hotels in the Cabela's Parkway area. You know, we're going to try and get our shuttles to actually pass by the hotels and have anybody that is staying be picked up and brought into the festival. That way they don't have to drive in. Because as you know, if I'm staying in a hotel, I still have to drive into Lamar Dixon.
still
It's a
gonna have-
long
Right.
walk, no sidewalks. So we're trying to ease some of that tension as well, because we know a lot of our hotel rooms are utilized for the festival, so
Yeah.
we're just trying to make it a little easier.
And this is a free service that
Correct.
the hotel,
Yes,
that
yes.
the festival is offering to people.
Correct.
Just one more way to try to alleviate the traffic.
Yeah.
Now, say we're coming down from Baton Rouge. What's the best way to get there? You're coming down Interstate 10.
The 2 entrances from Baton Rouge, we asked people to travel from Highway 30 all the way from the LSU area, or if they're coming to Interstate to exit on 73, go down to Highway 30 and come in the back way. That way we have Highway 30 from the interstate is not as congested. We have them coming the back way to St. Landry. We have them coming in through Ashland or going to St. Landry that way, and then we have Edenborn. So it kind of gets that 3-headed flow into Lamar Dixon a little cleaner.
It's getting better and better.
It
I'm
is,
hearing
and-
more and more good things. Yeah.
And look, on site, we have, of course, a huge area. As you know, Lamar Dixon is huge and the parking is all over. We actually have shuttles on site as well to get those people that are further out to the ticket gate. We're doing shuttles.
So even if you park in the Lamar Dixon side, you're going to get
And you're
probably a
way
golf
out.
cart
We'll
shuttle
get,
or something like that.
we have shuttle service on the grounds. We have just, I think we've not determined all of the areas, but we're going to have all of those 4
You
outreach
put
areas.
you'll have shuttle stops labeled
Right.
throughout the.
Correct.
And then handicap, we've moved closer to the ticket gate. So now handicap is right there by the ticket gate, so that our handicap can park much closer.
I mean, and as you know, Martin, running the festival in the past, the parking is the biggest issue for the festival. I saw it firsthand last year when I took over the festival from you, and that was one of the changes that we wanted to make in utilizing the parking that is on Lamar Dixon's property. By having one section completely ADA parking, we noticed that it was not being utilized in that capacity, and we were losing parking spots. So by moving the ADA parking closer to the front entrance, we're still able to maintain a high number of parking spots for the ADA needs, but we're also adding an additional 300 parking spots for the festival goers to be able to drive in and park.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
So,
it's great.
and I know Lamar Dixon can accommodate several thousand cars.
Okay.
I
just
believe
on
it's
the-
6,500 is
65.
what we've mapped out that we can park on site.
And you've got a lot of people actually in there waving you in, pointing you
in.
out where to park, getting you the best
Absolutely.
parking. So we're going to get it done. So
Absolutely.
we can get everybody into the festival quickly, more efficiently than in previous years.
Yes. What we did, Ascension Festivals and Cultural Council took all those comments from last year and tried to improve on all those areas, and that was one of the big areas.
Parking
And
is
so
number one. I mean, it's always traffic and parking is the number one issue, whether it's going to an LSU football game, whether it's going to Balloon Festival or
Yeah.
the Sportsman Show. It's large scale events, multiple people coming in. You're going to have some traffic issues. So as long as everyone knows that we are trying to accommodate them and get them in as quickly as we can, you're still going to have some traffic. It's a large event.
Yeah.
Over
Right.
50,000 people come to this event, and we do ask that people carpool if they can. That does cut down on the number of cars coming into the facility, just due to the fact that 2 cars with 3 people in it, if you get 1 car with 6 people in it, then it makes it a little easier on the traffic as well.
Awesome.
Well, also, another thing that you're doing is you're having events throughout the day, or there's always something to do or see at the festival. So if you get there early and avoid the traffic, that's even better.
Oh yeah, we have a great lineup of events this year. That was another thing we took into account was carnival. We wanted a larger carnival, and that's what we heard from our patrons. So our carnival is doubled this year.
I think the last count was 23 carnival rides, and
Well,
Yeah, and in 2017, the carnival, we actually partnered with a company out of Slidell, and they were the first time to this festival as well. And what they did was they thought 13 rides would be sufficient based on previous numbers, and it wasn't. 50,000 people roll through on your festival, and there's lines, for every single ride. Yeah. Kids were only able to ride a certain number of rides so many times, and it just becomes an issue that you want to address. So we partnered with them again, and they're bringing in 10 additional rides, and there may be a couple of extras they bring in, knowing what the impact was last year. So we're looking at those things and trying to make those adjustments.
yeah.
And one cool thing y'all did, I looked on ascensionballooning.com, and you've actually got pictures of a lot of the
Yes.
rides that people
Yes.
can expect to see.
And that's one thing we did this year on our website and our social media is try to inform the public of what they're going to be looking at, exactly what you're going to see. We put up menus. Our food vendors are...
I saw the food court menus on the website.
We have a ton of food vendors coming in this year. We're really excited about that. And
Now
those,
that was another complaint from
Correct.
previous
That was
years, the
another
long
complaint.
lines to get something to eat at the festival.
right. And then one other thing was standing in line for food, standing in line for drinks. We're not having them this year. This year we're offering all of our food vendors the choice to sell beverages as well. So you'll stand in that line, you'll get your food and your beverage at those different vendors.
The only difference
foods.
is any alcoholic beverages. There is one location for that, only due
Yeah.
to licensing rules, but every other
Right.
vendor has the ability to sell cold drinks and water.
Yeah, so that's going to work out
That's
great.
going to be
We're
much
excited
better.
about
And
that.
some of the vendors have multiple sites. Or do you have some
Yes,
vendors who
yes,
are?
we've offered, this year we offered, because we wanted it as easy as we could for our patrons coming into the festival, we offered each vendor 2 sites if they wanted to choose to have 2 sites. So I think we're going to have our food
And we
covered.
definitely increased the number as well. We went from 7 vendors last year to 13
Right.
vendors this year.
Right.
And we're still
We're still
receiving
adding
phone
on.
calls.
You're still
from
receiving
people.
phone calls,
We're
so
still
you're
adding
still, this is still
Absolutely.
planning.
Oh, yeah. This is still going.
It's very fluid, yeah. So you've got, at least as of today, you've got 13 food vendors, and some of them will offer 2 separate locations to
Correct.
purchase their food.
Correct.
This is going to be,
Oh, it's
that's
gonna be
that's going to be
awesome.
huge too.
It's gonna be
because
awesome.
yeah, so many you're missing the festival waiting to get something to eat. So
Right. And then on the festival grounds, we kind of try to do it a little in the round to where we incorporate everyone, and everyone can see the stage from everywhere for the bands. They can see the carnival, the balloons, everything from whatever vantage, wherever they are standing in the festival. This year we're offering, Children's Village is going to be indoors in the Trademark building.
that's going to be nice.
That's going to be super nice.
Inside the Trademark building, the Children's Village,
Yes.
and First Baptist Church of Gonzales is running
Yes.
that for us
They're
again.
going to do our face painting and arts and crafts. They're going to have a setup in there. This year we have something new as well. We have a mini Ferris wheel and a party train that's going to go around the silos in the front of Trademark, and the mini Ferris wheel will be inside the Trademark. So we'll have that. We'll have, we are super excited about PJ Masks coming to join us
Tell me about the
this year.
PJ Masks.
Yes.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Oh, yeah. I know my grandkids are excited. PJ Mask is going to have meet and greet sessions. So we have, we're really excited about that. We have a schedule, of course, on our website that will give you those times. And that's another reason to come in early with the kids.
The Children's
Those-
Village opens when the
11.
festival opens.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, so Saturday morning it'll open at 11 o'clock. And so we will have the Children's Village starting at that time, and then we have the schedule for PJ Masks. We're not starting PJ Masks until noon to give people a chance to get to the area, park, and then get into the gates before we started the first meet and greet
Yeah.
session. So I believe it begins at 12, and then we'll have intervals from there on. They do 4 scheduled meet and greets with a 30-minute break in between those.
Yeah. So we're excited about
And
that.
so but all the other activities for the children as well.
Oh,
You
yeah,
got the
we have so many.
magician,
We
the
have
magician's
the
coming
Tim the
back.
Magician is coming back. We have him.
He was very popular. He was popular with the adults too. Isn't
Oh, yeah, yeah. And then, too, in Trademark, we're going to set up tables and chairs to where if someone wanted to come in, cool off, dine in. So we'll have a dining
we will
area
have concessions in Trademark available as well.
Yeah.
So that's something that has been different in the past. When the craft show was in the Trademark, we did not sell concessions in that location. This year, with the Children's Village being in there, we will have concessions running.
And a
during that
dining
time.
area.
Correct.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
We're trying
Yeah.
to alleviate, again, even though we only have 13 vendors on the outside, we're still trying to accommodate for those people that are going into the Children's Village. We will have, snow cones and funnel cakes and regular concessions, drinks, and things
typical
like that.
festival
Correct.
foods. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 But a pretty good variety, and you can go again, ascensionballooning.com. You can see the schedule of the different. You can see what's going on in the Children's Village and where it's going to be. You can see the vendors that are going to be in the food. I think some of them even had their menu up there.
We do have the
what they're
menu.
going to be
All
selling.
of our vendors, we have our menus. I think we just got in a menu yesterday. I don't know that we posted that yet, but yeah, we are trying to let the community know as much as we can, so they can be prepared, and then of course our main event, the balloons. We are super excited. We have 5 special shapes this year.
I
So-
don't want to let out the secret.
Exactly.
I don't want to tell, but
Keep it a surprise.
they are very interesting shapes.
Very
I will say
interesting.
first time ever at the Ascension Hot Air Balloon Festival for 2 of the balloons.
Yes, yeah. So I think it's gonna be great.
So they're going to be there Friday evening and Saturday evening
Correct.
during the
Correct.
balloon glow.
Right.
And then you have the regular balloons.
We have 15 regular shaped balloons. We have 5 special shaped, and we have 3 tethered rods this year,
That is a
which was
change.
another
That was
another
thing.
improvement.
There was a long line for
Yes.
people to ride, to take those tethered balloon rides.
Right.
So you've increased that. There will now be 3 different balloons for tethered rides.
That will be
Correct.
at the start. So at 4:30 when the balloons come out. So I want everybody to know balloons do not show up until 4:30 due
Right.
to weather patterns. They are not allowed to inflate their balloons due to the weather. So they will be out at 4:30 for tethered rides, and there will be 3 balloons that will be taking rides at one time to try and get the line through.
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
We,
and-
we found that out in a previous year when people complained, well, it's not raining, you know, why don't you?
I know.
So somebody inflated a balloon and the wind almost blew it completely over. It was
Right.
frightening.
Right.
And
Yeah, you have to wait until the atmosphere's temperature drops for them to be able to inflate and go up. And of course, we don't have the flight from Lamar-Dixon. We're in a plant in the industry
Right.
there, located there. So we're going to have a Saturday morning flight from hopefully Highway 431, weather permitting. And those balloons will take off. We don't know which direction because of
wind
the
pattern.
wind.
balloons are
Yes.
431, whereabouts on 431?
They're going to be at different locations. Please tune into the website. As we get more information, the closer we get and some weather patterns that we can check, then our balloon meister will give us those details of where they'll be taking off from, where they're flying to, so that people can actually travel across the parish and see them.
And see the balloons. So,
Yes.
but let us be clear. Early in the morning, Saturday morning, there won't be any balloons there. You're not going to see them take off from Lamar-Dixon.
Correct.
No, the whole parish is gonna enjoy them. We're hoping it's gonna work out great and they're gonna fly across and the wind pattern's gonna be good, the
The
weather's
weather's
gonna
going
be
to be
good.
perfect.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. And then, of course, they do a flight on Sunday morning.
Correct.
As well in the parish. The balloon festival's over
The
Saturday
balloon
night,
festival's
but the
finished,
balloons.
early Sunday
the
morning,
balloons
they're
will
going to be
take
flying
flight.
again.
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
And that's one
So-
thing that we did also on our website is we updated some kind of frequently asked questions in regards to balloons. You know, a lot of people, we wanted to educate why a balloon can't fly from
Right.
Lamar, why a balloon can't inflate during the middle of the day. You know, as you know, our balloon meister explained it to us, which we didn't know, is that when a balloon inflates during the day, certain weather temperatures, they create mini tornadoes in the atmosphere that you can't see. If you've ever been walking in a parking lot somewhere and you've seen a bag twirl around like
Yeah,
a little
or leaves.
tornado,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
what happens in the atmosphere, and it can pull a balloon and drag it places. So it may not necessarily harm the balloon, but it could harm other things because the balloon, once it gets going, you can't stop it.
The best balloonist in the world is dependent on the weather and the wind.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes,
So.
yeah.
Okay, so I looked on the website and it's balloons, blues, and barbecues. So tell me about the
Yeah.
blues.
Okay, the blues. We have a great band lineup. We have on Friday,
With Don Barry and Rockin' Horse.
Don Barry's been with the Balloon Festival since the very beginning.
yeah.
It's a staple. He
Yeah.
has to keep coming.
Yeah, he's got to come.
Oh, yeah. So, Don Barry, and then we have
Closing on Friday evening is Something Blue.
Something Blues.
Yeah,
Another local
yeah.
band.
They are a local band. They're very
Yeah.
well known around here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're really excited about them. And then I think that Saturday we have a great lineup as well. We have 4 bands on Saturday.
Correct.
We have
And that's all on the website. We can.
Yes, yes.
But there's going to be live music going on.
yeah,
Oh, and
we
then
got little Lane Hardy
got
from
Lane Hardy coming.
American
Lane
Idol.
Hardy
yeah.
came. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Jordan Babin, we have Lane Hardy, Sarah Collins, and we close the evening with Parish County Line on Saturday.
Okay, very
Yeah.
familiar with Parish County Line as well. Yeah. So
Yeah.
these are great bands that you have heard before, that you've heard of, and here's
Yes.
your opportunity to come in and give them a listen.
Yes, and we've hopefully pumped up the sound a little bit. We're going to have great stage location and great sound, so we're excited about that.
Beefed up our dining tent. It's a little larger. We're doing a 60 by 90 tent to try and fit more tables and chairs, so that when you do purchase your food, then you can go and have a spot to sit in under the shade, listen to the music, see the balloons, kind of thing like that. So we're trying to make it a little bigger than what it has been in the past. And as you know, running a good event is you always improve on the
Right.
previous year.
Sure, sure.
Right.
If people want to bring a folding chair or
Those
something
are
like
allowed.
that,
They're more than welcome.
that is
more than
perfectly
welcome.
good. In fact, please do.
Please do.
Please
do.
bring your folding
Yeah.
chair. I have actually seen people come out. I've seen families.
me.
Bless you. They spread a blanket amidst all the balloons, and
Right.
they set a picnic lunch, and the kids are there all in the middle of the balloons while they're up glowing.
Oh,
so,
yeah, it's-
so
Strollers, wagons, folding chairs, they're all allowed. The only thing that's not allowed is outside food or drink, just because we do provide that at the festival. And if you are staying in our RV lot, we do not allow side-by-sides or ATVs or
Right.
golf carts, just due to the large volume of people driving in and walking. It's for safety reasons that we can't have all these other all-terrain vehicles driving through and possibly,
Right.
having someone injured.
So yeah, there is the RV lot. I didn't even mention that, but
Yeah.
do you have any spots left?
They are filling up very
They are
fast.
filling
I
up.
think we've actually moved on to the north lot already.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
believe
have.
we are sold out of 50 amps already. So we do have a few spots available, but that's why we believe this year is going to be bigger than last.
Right. It's great. And then at the end of the night, of course, we have the firework display.
Fireworks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got a big fireworks display Friday night and Saturday night. So we're excited about that.
And the other
We
thing
got
with
those
the
lined up.
alleviation of traffic is we're staying open an hour later than
Yes.
previous years.
It used to close at
It
10.
used to close
That's
at
right.
10. We will have the fireworks display, and then the bands and the carnival with the food vendors will continue on an additional hour, so that way we can help with that congestion of leaving the property.
Right. Just kind of stagger it out. You said barbecue. Yes. Friday night is the Lemondola Steak Cook-Off.
Lamandola Supermarket is sponsoring a steak cook-off.
Steak Cook-Off on Friday night. So we're excited about that.
Is that open to the
It's
public?
open
too?
to
Oh,
anyone to apply. It is a sanctioned event.
Yes.
So the BCA and the Steak Championship Association,
SCA.
the SCA, are running both of these competitions, and so winner of these competitions does get a nomination to compete in the Memphis competition at the
It's a
end
big
of the
deal.
year.
Big
That's a
deal.
very big deal.
And then Saturday will be the barbecue competition, which is chicken, ribs, that kind of
And
thing
brisket.
on Saturday. So
That's going to take place under the
Pavilion
pavilions 7 and 8.
correct.
Now, and that's an improvement that you all have done, I guess, since you've been there. Is Pavilion 7 and 8 has been, it's all concrete. There's no more dirt floor
Correct.
there. It's all
It
covered.
has a roof that connects both pavilions. That's why it is now one singular pavilion. It's about 70,000 square foot of concreted space under an overhang. So that's where the barbecue competition is actually taking place. So the people coming in, they can pull their trailers and trucks and sit down and barbecue. They're going to start, the state competition starts at 4 o'clock on Friday evening. They'll do their judging at around 9 o'clock that evening. Barbecue competition, as you know, most barbecuers, they start Friday evening,
Early.
get everything prepped.
Yeah, that's right.
And first thing Saturday morning, they're getting all of the,
They
you know,
get
the
the
items
fires
on.
lit and yeah, all of that. This
Yeah.
is this is.
But
gonna
we
be
have
some-
so many activities during the day, and then we have the power shoots are coming again this
Okay,
year.
the powered hang gliders, the powered
Right.
parachutes. They'll be putting on their display right before the balloons.
Correct,
So they will
correct.
be up in the air.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's the LSU football game on Saturday night. So we have a big screen TV.
Yeah, Guarantee Media has
Guarantee.
sponsored our stage again this year. They did it last year for us. And what they do is they bring out a blow-up screen and they actually show the game live.
So you can watch if you really are a diehard LSU fan. Who's
We'll
They
have it
play
for you.
Louisiana Tech that night.
They play
Yeah.
in Tech that night. Okay, okay. Gosh, I remember in previous years you could tell when the game was over because suddenly the
The
festival
crowd.
got flooded with people. Suddenly
The
people
crowd
showed
comes
up.
in, the crowd
so
comes
yeah,
in.
this time you don't have to do that. You can watch the game on a big screen there
Correct.
at the
Yes.
field. All right, here's another thing that we noticed in previous years. People walking around with their cell phones, holding them up in the air, trying to get a signal. You've dealt
yeah.
with that too.
We've addressed
Yes.
that as well. We did reach out to our cellular providers and got a boost. So we're going to be able to provide better cell coverage. You know.
Yeah,
of
because
course.
people are out there, the public's out there, they're taking pictures and videos and they're trying to upload it onto their social media
Right,
sites and so
right.
forth. But then you also have merchants there who are trying to scan credit
Correct.
cards through their devices like that,
Correct.
and it eats up a lot of.
Yeah.
It does.
a
It
lot of
eats a lot of
Wi-Fi.
bandwidth. And what we're trying to do is work with our IT department here in the parish to have the Wi-Fi that's in the exhibition hall near the festival grounds. We're trying to get that for our food vendors since they're in that proximity, that they'll be able to tie in to that Wi-Fi service.
Right.
So where they're not pulling from the general cell phone service in the area, we have reached out to AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint to put a boost in the tower that's located near us. Since we're so close to the interstate, they have towers in our vicinity.
Yeah.
And what they can do is they can add a boost to that tower in that location at time.
I think a lot of people will appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it will help too with the Tagatot. The Tagatot Sheriff's Office.
Tell us
is
about
doing
that Tagatot. I think that is a great service to offer as well.
It is an awesome service. We hope that everyone who comes in will register their children at the Tagatot booth. We have the Church of Santa Mom is going to volunteer and cover that booth for us with the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office. They are going to register their children, and each family will be assigned a number. If your child is lost or a parent is lost from the child, then we'll have a child reporting. We'll have a station on the field, the Sheriff's Office will, and we will be able to contact the parents. We'll have those numbers down. It's a great system.
So if you're coming with small children, that's the best
That's
thing.
a
Go ahead and
no-brainer.
sign up at Tagatot up
Do
front.
that Tagatot.
If you've ever been to Chuck E. Cheese and you walk in with your kid, they give you the little stamp that you have the matching number of your child.
Right.
That's essentially what this is. They get the parent's information, name, number, and then they have a bracelet that they put on. That way your number matches your child's number. And that way, if a child happens to get lost, we have an info booth in the middle of the field, and that they will bring a child to that location. They will coordinate with the Tagatot booth. Then they will call the parent of that missing child and then tell them to, find them in that information
That's
booth.
great, because in the
yeah.
excitement and in the crowds, people just get lost. Yeah,
Right,
yeah, they do.
right.
Takes a lot of people to put on a festival like this.
It takes a lot of
we
people.
mentioned the First Baptist Church of Gonzales doing the children's visit. You mentioned Church in Santa Ma doing the Tagatot, but there are all the food booths, the dining tent, everywhere.
Yes.
It takes a lot of volunteers.
takes
and
a lot of
Volunteer
volunteers.
Ascension is
Volunteer Ascension is amazing. They're amazing. Tiffany and Sherry have got that online at our website. If you decide you want to volunteer, please go to our website and
There's
plug
a link.
into Volunteer
Yeah.
Ascension's link.
Yeah, a lot of people like to go to the festival and they want to be part of it.
Yeah,
And we're looking
yeah.
for people. We encourage people.
absolutely,
So if you
absolutely.
go to ascensionballooning.com, there is a very obvious link there to volunteer.
Yes.
And you
yes.
click on that and that will bring you directly to the Volunteer Ascension website.
Right.
And you're able to apply online to be a volunteer.
You fill out, and I'm familiar with it, you fill out a little bit of information and then that opens up a matrix, and that matrix shows you every job that they're looking for, every type of volunteer they're looking for,
Yes.
and when they're needing people. And you
Correct.
can click on which hours you would like to work and in which booth you'd like to work in. But
Yes.
you need people selling tickets, you need people bussing the dining tent, you need people hauling ice. Here.
There's so many. There's so many jobs we couldn't even go into it. There are so many things.
But Volunteer
and so
Ascension
many
has
little
it under
details.
control.
They do. And we've been working with some great sponsors. We have wonderful sponsors this year. Tour Ascension has played a big part in it as well. Tour Ascension has done a great
Tour
job.
Ascension is there. And look, I guess I want to name as many sponsors as we can,
Yes.
because they have helped us so much. But I encourage everybody, please go to the website, take a look at those
Absolutely.
sponsors, because these are the people that help to make it happen. You really can't put a festival together like this on ticket sales.
Correct.
You can't. And
You can't.
these sponsors make it happen, and they are there giving back to the community. And we urge you, seek these sponsors out, and when it comes time to purchase a good or a service or anything like that, let's look at these sponsors first, because they help to make this possible.
Oh, yes.
So we encourage you to share your thing. Tell who are
Yeah, so
okay, let's talk about the
I
sponsors.
don't want to miss anyone, so I made a little list
If we
here.
miss you, we apologize,
Yes,
but you
we
will be.
apologize,
We're
yeah.
gonna,
You
we're gonna
are
give you
on the
a-
website and all the other media.
Yes, just go to our website. But we have, of course, Ascension Parish Government, Lamar Dixon, who's graciously hosting our event, Tour Ascension. We have E-Tail, Don's Seafood, City of Gonzales, and of course the City Police. Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office. We have BAS.
Let's talk about them for a minute.
Yes.
Sheriff Wiley and the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office, Chief Sherman Jackson with the Gonzales City PD, they, I know how many hours they put in, and they
couldn't do
they
it
come
without
to the
them.
meetings. They are well abreast of everything. They even set up a command post there so that they have a presence. And that's very comforting. I
Yes,
find.
it
You know, when I go
is.
into the festival ground and there's a police presence, and you know that they are there, and they have the first aid booth, and they have all of that.
We are
in
the
there.
Right.
safest festival we can be because they are definitely right there in the forefront as you enter in. They have a presence, but they are definitely friendly. They have their area taken care of with the traffic. Without them, the traffic would be far worse than it has ever been.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they're on our committee. They have members on our committee, both Gonzales PD and Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office. And so they've helped us to do this traffic flow and helped us to figure out where we needed to
One thing I
help.
got from them in the past too is they've worked a lot of festivals, so
Oh,
they
yes.
can give you suggestions on a lot more than just traffic. They can tell you what things work in other festivals and what things don't work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they're great
Absolutely.
input from the
Oh,
sheriff and from
gosh,
the
we're
city of Gonzales.
we're so
Yeah.
happy to have them.
Okay,
So
back
happy.
on
They
track
were
now.
great.
BASF, you mentioned
BASF,
they are
yeah.
a good neighbor and a good corporate
Yes,
citizen.
absolutely, and of course St. Elizabeth Hospital.
St. Elizabeth
as well.
neighbor.
St. Elizabeth, Hancock Whitney. We have a ton of sponsors.
We have
As you
definitely a
said,
new sponsor this year that came on is Doug O'Lynn Tents. They are a large sponsor for us this year. They're doing a lot of work with us, and they've first year being on board. So we're happy to have
we
them.
are so happy to have them. Yes, they're gonna.
Well,
set
you
us up
guys, I
good
mean,
with tents and lighting. and
you have a success on your hands, and people want to be part of a success. You know
Thank you.
that
Yeah.
helps. That really helps when you now have a background that you can show people, and people want to be part of this. This is a great event.
It
Oh,
is a great
absolutely.
event. It's just brings the community together. A good family event.
It is a very family-oriented event,
Absolutely.
isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we got to
So-
notice last year, you really don't realize how far away people come for this festival. It's
True.
not just for the residents of Ascension Parish that come to this event.
No.
It's a regional event. People come from Alabama, Mississippi, Texas. If you first time we went online with eTix last year, you're able to see where the tickets are purchased from. And there's a lot from North Louisiana, there's a lot from East Texas, and then from Mississippi and Alabama. So seeing that, you now know that this is a large festival that people are actually traveling in for, which is good to know.
And then finding out we have these specialty balloons from a very
From
far,
another different country.
another country. I think we're going to draw in from all over. So the Ascension Festivals and Cultural Council feels like this is going to be the best year yet.
And if you're coming in from out of town, anybody can go to the Tour Ascension website.
Absolutely.
And they have a list of all the accommodations. They list all of
Yes.
the hotels, beds and breakfast,
Yes.
any place that someone can stay overnight. You can find a link to it on the Tour Ascension website
Correct.
as well. So
And those links are on our website as well. So when you go
Yes.
to the sponsor page, you are able to link to their website from ours.
Yes.
So this is really coming together, guys.
It's coming together.
And
it's coming
it's
together.
just it's coming up. It's September 21st and 22nd at Lamar Dixon Expo Center. Jill, what else? What did we forget? There's so much
Oh
information
my gosh,
here.
there's so much. But I think we covered everything.
I think we did,
I think you just need to, like us on Facebook. Start sharing it. We really need to get the word out there of all the improvements we made, and I think this year you're going to see just a great big difference. I really do.
I have to commend the two of you for the work that you have put in to this, and especially to commend you that you've really looked at the issues. You've listened to what people said every year. You've looked back at all the suggestions and how can we make it better? How can we make it easier? How can we make this a much more enjoyable event? Without people saying, "Oh, I would love to go, but I just can't sit in that traffic," or I want to go, but the food lines are too long. And you've dealt with that, you've addressed it, that's taken care of this year. So I commend you both for
Thank you.
for the foresight that you have had to really make this a family-friendly, enjoyable event for everyone.
Yes.
We want
Yeah.
people to come every year. It's not just a, oh, I've seen it, been there, done that scenario. You know, each year you always want to try and expand. And if you don't expand, then you lose attendance. We want people to continue to come and enjoy it every year and see something different.
And Lamar Dixon is really is ready with open arms, ready to welcome you in.
Absolutely.
Ascension Festivals and Cultural Council Incorporated is again the host who's putting this thing on, and
Yes.
lots of volunteers are coming by, and we encourage you to come September 21st, 22nd, 2018, Lamar Dixon Expo Center. Make sure you come to this year's edition of the Ascension Hot Air Balloon Festival. I'm Martin McConnell again with Jill Gotro and Jazz Trailer. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you at the Balloon Festival.